Today agenda is basically what we are going to follow. So since we haven't created any golden image, okay, so see this golden image concept is basically in enterprise level, what is going to happen? Uh, if you are working for any client, okay, so they never go every time to go and installing of uh, multiple instances with a different kind. Okay. So we will call it as t-shirt size. Okay, like let's say you guys remember there would be XL, double XL, such kind of things we may aware of, right? So in the same kind of approach, what can you say? Okay, so we do have production one kind of configuration settings we utilize, and non-prod and the production is different approach. Okay, so likewise, you are going to make custom mm, uh, customs pre-built images. Use that golden image one. So where we can able to have predefined software softwares we are going to installing, that we are going to as golden image for the new instance creation. So today agenda is basically let's have apart from that client software, so we are going to install. Okay, so we pretty much aware of installing of SQL Server, Windows Server. Okay, there is nothing changed as is same, but the only thing when you are going to utilize marketplace one, it is pre-defined template, so that we are not going to do with the existing marketplace related one. If you want to use, okay, so you can use for the named instance, multiple named instances. But today agenda is basically how we are going to installing of Ubuntu 2004. Okay, so SQL Server 2019, whatever if you feel which version you can install, and then what we are going to do, create in a custom image. Okay, so utilize that one as we are in a golden image, which is currently available into this your private repository. So as and when you required, you just use that particular image and create a new VM. So creating the new VM instance using a golden image, let's see that part. Okay, so we have three steps to follow here. Okay, so step one is installing of Ubuntu and connection and creating of the custom image, and we may call folder image and create an existing one. Okay, so you can follow this step-by-step process. I'll share this document to you folks. Okay, so how we're going to install, what is the process. Okay, so that we can good to go and install this one. Okay, so or else we do have Microsoft document to installing of all these things. But let's proceed our agenda. Okay, so I want we have, okay, so just navigate to the portal.azure.com where all our repositories and the subscriptions is available. Okay, so from there you can able to use that your subscription and all. Okay, so here is my subscription. Okay, so where I can able to use to create Linux virtual machine. Okay, so in a Linux we have a lot of flavors in Ubuntu, SUSE, okay, and Linux Enterprise editions as well. So for the sake of demo, what we are going to we are going to install uh, first of all a VM instance with the Linux flavor, which is Ubuntu. Okay, let me go and create. This is nothing. We are just going to opt that existing marketplace image. Okay, once it is got deployed and everything is working fine, then we'll convert it to the golden image. Okay, So let's take this one, the existing resource group, or you can create, new resource group, demos 6 SQL org. You can keep this one, and then provide which one instance name. Okay, so SQL VM01 I just has given at this moment. The region is okay, you can keep it the region as is, and there is no availability options. We just opting. Yesterday we discussed availability set and availability zone, and which one mission scale set we'll go and discuss mostly tomorrow. Okay, so you just go ahead and see that portal. Sorry. Uh, Go ahead and watch that recording session. So I've not tested it day before yesterday. Since yesterday I had taken class. So okay, so that you'll get an idea about availability set and availability zone, and how important a SQL aspect this one. Okay, so you are pretty much good on that concept actually. Okay, so when you're going to talk to client, so infrastructure level, what is the availability scope we have. Okay, so on top of it, whether we go to go or implement in the database level availability, so that some redundancy wise give some broad aspect picture, so that you can take the decision for that environment, like production non-prod, or development and task. Okay, so that's what I want to say here. And see here, we by default there is a Ubuntu server image is there, since we are considering a marketplace. Okay, but the real time this is not the case actually. Okay, so go to the all images, see all images. So once up to the all images, you can navigate. So these are all here is your my images. So in that golden image, whatever you're going to create, it will be visible here. Okay, we are not going to take this one. Okay, in enterprise level, this is not the right place to do, but this is the actual place to where we are going to opt. Okay, and the shared images. So most of the cases, let's say if we are using this image one subscription, okay, under management subscription groups you have. Okay, if you are in a shared images, you can use across subscriptions for your particular image. Okay, let's say you are working for the one client, same sort of requirement you may get to other client. So that is the case. The existing image, if you are in a of this shared image kind of thing, you can utilize that directly into the other customers or other subscription as well. Okay, that's depend upon case to case. Again, the still have a requirement to the clients related stuff. Just keep this one as a 2 CPUs and 8 cores. If you want to change, you can change this, and 2 CPUs and 8 GB also you can leverage. And I can use this 2 cores and 8 GB RAM. That is fair enough for me. So there is a two things to account actually by using of SSL public key and the password also you can able to leverage. So what it is do, by using of the authentication type SSL public key, you would have to install putty or MobiX of the tools. So from here you can able to connect or do some installation and all by using of this client tools. Normally Windows related we are going to do some MSDSC RDP sessions, right? So same like you are going to use this putty and mobile client. Okay, so what is the difference connecting of the putty and the mobile client? In a putty you just need to convert that key. Okay, whereas mobile X client, it does not require it. It is just extracting, it will connect. We will show that one. Okay, but at this moment we can use this password related. It is a straightforward. Okay, so I'll make it as SQL admin as a username. And the other thing is provide a relevant password. Okay, so that it is going to opt to when you are going to connect. Okay, so that is the other thing I want to share. Just make sure that ports. Okay, so let's say I'll make it as this as a none. Okay, so that we'll get some sort of errors and all, how we're gonna resolve this one. So the one which we did last class. right? So make this one as uh, standard SSD. Okay, so or HSD also you can opt. Okay, so let's move for the networking option. So networking also tomorrow we're gonna discuss. Okay, so here we have, VM it is going to create with the public IP with the host, public IP with the VNet and the subnet. I am just not going to create anything. If you have manually already existing, we can utilize that a VM and a subnet related. Okay, so let's keep as is. Okay, it is a plain VM deployment and nothing we are going to create. Okay, so just simple VM creation. Okay, so only the thing is the key pair related stuff we can use. But at this moment, we are just using for the user ID password. Okay, so let's keep this one. Okay, so it is going to take at least 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that. Okay, so by the time you just ready for to connect this VM using of the putty, just this is a software. Okay, so you can download from the Google. Okay, so once it is download, it is an RDX EXI file, so you can download and it will pop up to this putty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, once of the deployment is successfully done, I'm just connecting with the public IP, not for the private IP. So to connect the private IP, it is different approach. Basically, the different process you need to follow. Um, what I'm going to do now, I'm just go and take it public IP and do, and once we configured some sort of site to site as a point to site, that time we are going to use for the private IP, so that it will connect either you want to connect from the on-premises within the cloud in the different VNets and same VNet in the different subnets. Also, you can able to connect with the private. All right, so yeah, the resource got done. Okay, so and we just take that public IP and go to this, putty remote one, and just make sure this 22 port should be open. So, okay, so that is a mandatory thing. Okay, so how we are going to connect with the Windows VM instance 3389 for the Linux related stuff, it's required for the 22. So if you could go and click on this, it won't open first of all, okay, because of the port. So where we are going to verify that, go to the network option of this existing virtual machines. If you can see, there is no protocol enabled, okay, for the specific of 22 to 22 port, right? So what I'm going to do, I'll just make sure that 22 port. Okay, so for you can change this one connectivity, custom port, SSH connection. Okay, so that is the name I'm just want to go and give. Okay, once it is successfully done, let's try the same kind of approach again, whether we are able to connecting or not. Okay, just close this one again, put T and just paste it here, the IP address. So it should connect. Okay, so it is not going to connect. Once go to the overview and okay, so let's restart first of all. Okay, sometimes it is not going to connect. Okay, so still I'm facing the same issue. Okay, so I'm just closing this one, and once the refresh is done, okay, so the restart is done. Okay, you can easily to connect. Okay, let me refresh this one. we try. Okay. Yeah, it is restarted successfully. Yeah, if you can see, this has got populated. Okay, so just you accept this one. It is prompting to this login as okay. So just have a user ID what you have given during the deployment SQL admin and enter and the password. Okay. So press enter password. So it is just going to, yeah, it is connected. See here, the SQL admin user, it is the VM instance name. Okay, so you can find this list of the drives list existing on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, okay, so I just want to install the SQL Server, right? So nothing to do. Okay, you just follow the step-by-step process over here. Okay, so we have a link to installing of this one Microsoft link. Simply you just follow that one. Okay, nothing to do. Further prerequisites now. Just copy this command and go to this one and start the sudo su. Okay, so again, you just give this one. It is giving the output. Nothing to do. Okay, so everything it is Microsoft recommended document only. I'm not going to do anything over here. Simply we just need to go and install this commands into the console. Okay, so then why we are going to utilize this Linux environment and all, right? So this is in a free open source one. That's what sometimes clients wants to use that one to reduce the cost. So it's all about part of part of mm, cost optimization. Okay, so you would have to know this all kind of approaches where client is asking to cost optimization related stuff. Since they are not having any kind of dependency on that. So in this Linux environment, what it is going to happen? Okay, so you can opt only for the SQL. See, the big advantage is the OS mission you will get free. Okay, and also let's say if you are having software assurance with you, the repositories and all. Okay, what we are going to pay, both are free, but only the storage amount you are going to pay. Other than that, nothing you pay. It is 95% of the cost is going to reduce in this case. Okay, so that you have to make sure. Why? Because if you go directly for the marketplace related, you have to pay both the things. It is 100% payment you have to do. If you have the SQL software assurance, it is going to reduce 40% of the cost. You are using Linux environment, both the you are going to so 40% for the OS level and 40% for the software SQL level. So rest of the 20 to 10% only you are going to pay based upon that configuration of the host. Okay, so it is asking which one, and just make it as a one and just enter and give the S option. Okay, so provide us SA account password here. Just center again the confirmation. All right, so it is done.
What about the disks in this VM?
What, Srikant?
Sorry. What about the disk in this VM? Disk part.
Yeah, disks are
That
already there. If you want to add, you can add it. Okay, so disks is already root drive and all the disks is there. I'll show that one disks as well for you. Okay, so if you go and see this VM level disk, okay, you have predefined disk OS level disk only is there. Okay, it is in 30 GB by default is there. If you want to create new disk also, you can able to create. But at this moment, I am not attaching any disk here. There is an C drive only. I'm just installing.
this
Okay.
is default disk size 30 GB default disk size.
Yeah, you can increase that
No,
disk
as
size.
per we are creating VM, its default 30 GB is keep from.
Yeah, I'm just taking that flavor. I mean, that
Okay, okay.
sizing tier. That's what it is. Came, 30 GB. Okay,
Yeah.
but Windows Server will get 120
One,
GB, right? So
180.
likewise, yeah. Likewise, we can get. So SQL is successfully connected here. Okay, so I'm just doing straightforward. Nothing you have to change here. Okay, so just copy it here and then just paste it here. Whether this SQL is installed or not successfully. See, it is running successfully. Okay, so and next, additionally, okay, so you can see this package to as of now engine got installed. Okay, so you would have to create client connectivity tools and all right, so that it is going to do the rest of the commands over here. So sudo su, and here is the one thing you can copy and paste it and install it. Okay, so again it is showing the same thing. Okay, let's see. uh, okay, done. So this is actually client tools. Okay, so nothing here. Just we are updating the client connectivity tools. Just press enter. Just press enter. Okay, so once it is everything is done, we are good to go and connect actually. Okay, so till MS SQL connectivity tool of in 18 it is showing, but recently we have 19 version. Okay, just copy this one, post that successfully has done. Okay, so just copy and do press enter. It is done. And again, last one, sudo su update here. It has also successful. It is very fast. Okay, so it is going to take fraction of seconds, not more than that. Okay, just remove this all these commands, end of this one, and then try to connect from your local system. Okay, now it is done everything. Okay, so the SQL server is up and running. If you want to see the status of your server is whether it's running or not, just use this systemctl status MS SQL server. So it is going to show you the current exhaust status. Okay, it is successfully running. So how we are going to connecting? Just take this, go to the VM instance, and here is your VM, and click on this VM1 and take this public IP, whatever the public IP is accommodated here. So just copy this IP and go to your local system and go to this connect option. Okay, database engine, and copy and paste it here. Use the SA account. Okay, I have given some password. You can connect the password here. See the center. It is going to connecting from a local system, SSMS to the Ubuntu. Let's see what is the error it is going to through. Okay, meantime, just check and verify for this one. Okay, VM is having some ports related stuff. Okay, so we have 2022 port is available, but I could not see the 1433 port number. Just you have to use that 1433 port number to connect the SQL server, right? Just add this one. Suppose that try to connect once again, it is going to connect mostly. Okay, so uh, let's see one more time. I'm just hitting the connectivity part. If it's got updated, okay, so it will connect mostly 1433 port. I just enabled. Okay, so maybe sometime it is going to take uh, uh, and also you can try this connectivity part which he mentioned from the local server and as well. Okay, so how we're going to connect that one uh, by using of this command. Okay, it is a pretty much straightforward one only. Okay, so just give this one and provide a password only. Okay, nothing to do, just change the password. Everything is in steps there. Okay, so it is showing not found. Let me troubleshoot, and here also it is not connecting, and just try to restart. Why? Because we updated the ports over here, and maybe the ports got not updated properly. One time we just restart everything as done your end, so that it will give some relevant information with respect to the ports related. Other than that, we are actually good. Okay, I'm able to connecting from my uh, on-premises SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so same like you also can able to connect from here. Okay, so it is got disconnected. Again, you have to connect from the putty. Okay, so then after that, try to connect by using of this command line as well. Okay, so let's see how we just have this virtual machine. Just take this public IP and go to this OT1 and provide a user ID password. Okay, so SQL admin over here, and password you have to use whatever you have given. So, okay. Now what I'm going to do, I just want to take it up the connectivity one, which has given in the Microsoft document. Okay, so by using of this one, okay, so we will try to connect first of all, and then we'll see. Okay, so SSL provider, signed certification, okay, client enabled to establish connection for the solution of the encryption error. Okay, so what we can able to do, there is a one feature over here. So when we're trying to connect this machine, go to the connection option. Okay, typically we'll follow this one. Okay, so it is will connect. Okay, so the same thing it is asking over there also. Okay, we'll try to use that instead of the local host. What we can use this IP address so that it is not going to ask. Okay. So let's see that what is the IP over here. Just copy the IP and go to this same command. Just remove this local host and try to connect it. Take it out. Okay. Okay, so this is actually the 18 drive which we installed, latest version. Okay, so the ODBC driver is 18. That's what it is unable to creating. Let's we update that one, and then after that we'll try to connect. Okay, so that is the one thing we can see here. Okay, so in the command line part, but where we can able to successfully configure and create a database. So here you can able to create the database, whatever. I'll come back that command line utility connectivity. Okay, so you can create multiple things here. So my agenda is basically what I want to focus. Okay, since we have this one. Okay, so we just need to create a VM here. Okay, so we just need to create and a capture image here. Okay, so this is the golden image what we are going to create. Okay, so just let's close this one. Creating of the database, that is in a straightforward one only. So here is we are going to create the images. Share this directly VM image to version. Okay, so you can make sure this when you're trying to create all this one. Okay, so any extra steps is required, you can create it. Okay, otherwise you just have creating the golden image, the resource group and all, it is going to accommodating. Okay, so you want to generalize. Yes, I want to generalize and specify HBM. Why I'm going to use the generalize one? Okay, so it is going to give independent resources of the networking and the storage related stuff. Okay, so that is the thing we can able to make sure. Okay, so next review and create and the basic things. So there is a one step it is got messed up. Okay, so let's see this to creation of time. Okay, so we can use for so just make this one image, the name which we are going to create. Just click on create review and it is going to create that VM. Okay. It's okay. Can give this 20.1. Zero point zero point one, just for example. Okay, so let's keep and create this one, golden image one. Okay. Now it is validation is successfully done. Okay, so once after this, it is disconnected. Why? Because during the generalization of this existing VM, okay, it is going to it is going to some power off situation. Okay, so it is currently running. Okay, so it is going to do some generalized option. So where it is going to use in the generalized aspect of independent resource, it is not going to depend on the same resources like storage network and okay, that's what the before creating image, it is going to take some time. Okay, so it will take some amount of time, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, successfully generalized at this moment. Let's see this, VM is image got created or not. See here, it is stopped and deallocation is going to happen. Now generalization is done. Now the image is just going to create. So by the time we'll check it out and whether it is available or not into the custom image, right? So what I want to see here basically, go and see this my image option. Okay, so still it is not reflecting. Okay, so it is generating the image option. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so once it is everything is done, so that we can able to see that particular VM images over there. Okay, just go to this option and let's make sure this deployment task, no task is available. So wait some time. Okay, so once after that we can able to verify that image got created or not, and then we'll delete the existing one and try to connect. So that is what I just want to go and see here, and then we'll check and verify that VM is still available. The new images got created. How we are going to do at this next time when you are deploying, no need